all you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke,
Yeah, ayy, well, we can hold a peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Real gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the two-door. Sacred Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest, and I'm tired of niggas. They front they blessings, they want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I'd like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got two. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Ayy, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Hey, y'all some jokers, y'all a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a rented crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me, I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empire fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Ayy, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
Check, 1, 2, ayy, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a high king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Not much just popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your mouths is just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like a broker. New money coming soon. Yo, last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they satin. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stop checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Man, it's too early in the morning for this shit. But let's get it. Yeah. Ayy, all of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents. Cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older.
He's heating up!
Yeah, stacks when I'm older.
This is Marjorie Stewart Baxter.
Cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just went. Papa Swole, put nuts on they chin. Like Everson K2, get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green.
Swole, Marmouth.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
What's going on, beaches, booshes, busses, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy, Papa Swole, back with another episode. And today's episode of the Beescast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you bees.
It's the fucking Catalina wine.
What's going on, fam? Welcome to the show. Welcome to 3350, Tuesday, July the Ocho. Thanks for being here, beaches. Today's Swole card is I curl every day. It's the ice. The Iceman cometh. Come make some sick gains and drop that in the comments down below for a chance to win today's Swole card. Let's get into today's show. A reminder that we still have buy one, get one 50% off over at papaswolio.com. And of course, membership specials over there at swolenormousx.com. So you could join the fam, get access to the Swolenormous app, and jump in those epic programs today. And of course, surround yourself with the best people in the realm, private live streams, and so much more. Let's get into today's show. It's time for that tip.
Babe, just an inch, just an inch. It's cold outside.
All right, first one is from Danny.
What's in the box?
Danny says, and this is a response to the Swole text asking you what you're training and what you are eating today. And this was sent out yesterday morning. Danny says, I'm eating beef, spinach, eggs, and yasmin rice. Today will be the day of restarting Swole season. After being off due to my foot being broken and injuries caused in the car accident, I feel my body is ready to restart now with the full program. Well, that's great to hear.
I gave it a
Glad to hear you back, Danny.
10, a fucking 10.
Whoa, Joe's text is really tiny. Joe says, I trained upper body today, followed up with some whey protein and creatine. Not sure what the rest of my meals will look like today, but they'll be focused on providing the proper nutrition for my body, as they should. Good stuff. Pam says, today, Papa, is a morning walk. I have all my lifts planned for the week, and I'm eating eggs and bacon and steak and sweet potato for dinner. Let's go. It's going to be a good week. Damn right.
Boom shakalaka!
We like to hear that. I had eggs and bacon this morning. Delicious. I agree. Delicious and nutritious. Let's see what else we got here. We got two more. We got one from Sheena. Sheena says, today I'm eating eggs this morning, some grilled chicken and watermelon for lunch, and ribs with some green beans and baby potatoes for dinner. Training wise, I will be doing a full body lift, going for a walk later tonight, and doing some hip mobility before bed. Working on our bathroom remodel really killed my low back and hips this week, so it needs some TLC. FYI, sanding drywall sucks balls. Oof. Oof. That's some physical labor for you. And lastly, Victoria says, I know how much you love kale. Oh my God, do I love kale.
Fuck yourself.
Jesus
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Kale is devil's lettuce. Kale is the devil's lettuce, not weed. Kale is the devil's lettuce. What absolute fucking trash. I made some kale chips. They are good. They are not. I am back on track with my eating and off gluten, sugar, and dairy temporarily. I have to get back to a good base point with my inflammation and then only raw dairy and kefir, lean meat, and some clean fish, sauerkraut, and non-inflammatory veggies. Some good old organs and berries. I'm doing an elimination diet for 8 weeks. I started on Friday. I already sat in the sauna this morning. I will train chest today. All right, well, you kind of made up for it. Anyone eat that crap? Anyone else eat kale? Anyone? Anyone? Anyone else eat kale here?
Matt Damon.
No? Any kale fans? No, I don't think so. Oh, man, I remember where I used to eat kale. I used to eat a lot of it. I used to do some gross stuff with kale, too. I used to eat some nasty... I did some nasty stuff with kale. Absolutely disgusting. I don't like it. It's the horse from Ren and Stimpy. No, sir. No, sir, I don't like it.
Inconceivable!
No, siree. All right, let's get some questions. We're live on Instagram. Drop in the comments. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. If you got a question, let's get into it. If you want to call into the show, go to AskPapaSwolio.com. You can call into the show, and we'll feature you in an upcoming episode. Podcast is live on Rumble and YouTube, at The Daily Swole, and of course, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Like, subscribe, leave a 5-star review if you enjoy the show, and share it with your friends. Let's get into some questions. We'll take the first one from Instagram stories.
What's in the box?
And the links are in the bio if you want to catch the full show, get all the sounds and all the video and the full stream. Rumble and YouTube link is in bio if you're watching on Instagram Live right now. A question from stories. Borderline 69 packed. Papa Swole, if I train or do intense cardio, on an empty stomach, will I lose muscle mass? No, but I personally like to have my electrolytes, my intra-workout drink. I usually have some protein, like a protein shake before. Protein before workout is great, and then some carbs during. And then I would just personally eat food after. I'd have some steak or eggs or something following my workout. But I would recommend not doing cardio before you're lifting. But some people, if you're training, some of you guys train at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning. You're not really going to be eating first, so you do what you need to. But training on empty stomach, there's nothing wrong with it. You got to figure out what works best for you. But personally, when I'm lifting weights, I like my intra-workout carbohydrates. I think that's important for strength training and for glycogen, etc., etc. Gracie La Susana, 65 from Instagram stories. Papa Swole, how long did it... I think we answered this question already. Sometimes we get duplicates because they don't watch the show and they ask again, how long did it take for you to feel fit? I've been training for 25 years. I don't even know how to answer this question. I don't even know how to answer it. How long did it take for you to feel fit? I don't care about my feelings. So, I don't know. Feeling how you feel, feeling fit, I think that's relative. But anyway, not really a worthwhile question to answer. But I will say that a lot of times if people don't practice mobility, when you practice mobility, you'll feel a lot better. You have a lot less body tension, better posture, dynamic posture, this, that, and the other. But start now, eat healthier, change your habits, and do a little bit better every day. Lost Ninja 717, should I build my own gym versus paying for a gym? Your choice. I personally train. I built a gym at home. So I don't want to be around people. I don't want any limitations. So I invested. Of course, if you build a home gym, you're going to be spending more upfront, but then you always have what you need whenever you need it. Saves you time traveling to the gym. You don't have to wait for machines, and you can customize literally whatever you need. So personally, I think building out a home gym is one of, if not the best investment you can make. Of course, if you go to a regular gym, you'll pay $30 or $50 and you get access to lots and lots of equipment, but then you have to commute. You have to listen to their shitty music, potentially. You have to wait for machines. Sometimes it's really busy. So if you have a great gym and you love it, that's fine. But I love having the option to train at home, and I've gone all in and built out everything I need at home, and I have no need to go to a gym anymore, to a commercial gym anymore. Candyman. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Papa Swolio, what is an exercise that you are afraid to perform? I used to be afraid of the leg press after seeing so many videos, but now twice a week. I wouldn't say I have any exercise that I'm afraid to perform. I'm not sure. Are you talking about people that do exercises that their knee snaps or something like that? I don't have any exercise that I'm afraid to perform. And there's no bad exercise if you progress it properly. There might be some, if you do something with bad form, but there's no bad movement. You just have to progress the movement properly. A lot of people will be afraid of things like Nordic curls or Jefferson curls, but they don't progress it properly. So if you regress it and then progressively overload it properly, there's no need to be afraid. So there's no exercise that I'd be afraid to perform, but there are certain ones that I prefer and that I implement in my program. So you have to try different things and see what you like and then do that. It's a good question, though. It's a good question. But I've seen those things. I've seen those videos from preacher curls. I see people commenting on videos where I have like my preacher curl, and I have a Strive preacher curl, and I have different preacher curls, and like, you shouldn't extend all the way when you're doing preacher curls. It's usually from people that have no idea how the human body works. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong. I mean, a lot of times if you do preacher curls properly, you have tons of support, and there's no risk of anything with your joints. And if you're going too heavy and you always limit the range of motion, then all of a sudden you overextend and your tendons haven't built up that strength because you have poor form. Yeah, there could be a risk. But usually these kinds of injuries happen because people don't either warm up or they don't do the exercise properly or they don't progressively overload properly. Burrell family, what do you think about SARMs? I don't think anything of them. I don't use them. So I don't have any experience. I can't really answer that question. But I don't take them. So there's that. Anyone else here take SARMs? Raja Wira Wijaya. Do not redeem. Do not redeem. Papa Swole. Oh, we did this one already. Why are these old questions? Hold on a second. We did that one already. These are all old. All right, so we're just taking live questions. These are all old questions. All right, scrolling down. If I missed your question, you could drop it again. How to cram, Papa Soya, how to get past a weight plateau, having a hard time losing weight. If you're having a hard time losing fat, you don't want to lose weight, you want to lose fat. So focus on building muscle, get your nutrition, your sleep, and everything in order. And very likely you're also over-consuming, so I would go back and do an elimination diet, focus on your nutrition. I can't give you many more details with a vague question like that. But we need to stop as a fitness culture talking about weight loss. Weight loss is the least interesting thing. You want to minimize fat. You want to put on muscle. Most people that are fat need to build muscle. People that are skinny need to build muscle. Candyman, when are you coming out with salmon and cabbage or a tuna shake swole card? Oh, I think the card would smell if I... Ugh.
Matt Damon.
You're not making this easy on me, boy.
Tuna shakes are worse. I'm not so upset with salmon and cabbage. Salmon and sauerkraut or something like that, not that bad, but tuna shakes, vomit. Tuna shakes. Don't do tuna shakes. Rover Dado, do you have any tips for getting back in the gym? Became a dad 6 months ago. Congratulations. It's hard to go to the gym consistently and get it going again. Do you have any advice? Do it. Getting back in the gym? Have you gone to the gym? Get on a quality program and get started. If you don't know what to do, you could join us, swolenormousx.com, download the app and start with a 90-day dash or start with Maximum Swole. But it's just a matter of doing it. You're putting roadblocks in your own way. No one's keeping you from lifting and training than yourself. It could also be doing, look, again, we talked about earlier, someone mentioned building out a home gym. If you build a home gym, then you don't have to worry about getting to the gym. Plus, your child, as, I don't know if it's a he or she, your child will get older and see daddy training. It's a good thing. So now you have not just yourself that you have to be healthy for. It's your child that you have to lead by example. So that's my advice. Get back into it. If you need a program, join us. All right, Maine Marshall on YouTube. Let me bring this up. Hey, brother. What's up, man? What's up, mine? So I can call you mine. I was wondering if your programs within this Swolenormous app can be executed with a barbell, full rack / cage, pull-up bar, dumbbells, and a couple of bands. Yes. We have many programs too. So it's, I mean, you said programs. So we have different programs for different goals. So yeah, 90-day dash, totally possible. And plus, if you have an exercise, if let's say we have, hey, do a pec deck, you don't have to have a pec deck to do it. You could just do a dumbbell fly, or you could do a cable fly. There, you could just swap it out for a different chest exercise. So if there's something specific that you don't have access to, you could swap it out, and you could also post up in the community section in the app, and then, or ask here on the show, and we can give you, an alternative. Some people need to do that just for injuries or for access to certain equipment or certain preferences. So yeah, all that can be done. All that can be done, especially Maximum Swole. You have more than enough. A barbell, a full rack, dumbbells, bands. Yeah, it's totally cool. Absolutely. That's what most people have. It's pretty standard for a home gym. Mm-hmm. All right, we got some more questions from stories. We had a bunch from I knew it was old questions because it said, sometimes we get them mixed up, or sometimes people submit them again. That same question popped up, the one that said, how's your hair so thick and lovely when you're so mature and experienced? So it's like, oh, that's a sign that the questions were old. Mature and experienced. That's a nice way of trying to call me old. Motherfuckers. I want to know what's in the cup. Oh, vegan tears and SARMs. So I guess I am taking SARMs. I should make a coffee that just says SARMs. SARMs. Delicious. Delish. All right, Rishan J85 on Instagram stories. Papa Solio, what to do after taking 1 month break from the gym? Well, first off, why are you taking a month break from the gym? You get a Matt Damon for that.
Matt Damon.
What are these questions? What do I do if I stop training for a month? Start training again. Why are you taking a month off? Go back and start training again. Look, if you're going to the gym and you don't have a plan, you don't have a program, you don't know what you're doing, it's like, what do I do when I go back? You should be on a program so you have what you need to do and you can just execute on it. First off, you don't take a month off from the gym. And second off, get your ass back in the fucking gym and do the work. Come on, stop whining. Jeez. Chode question. 01 Nata 30. Papa Solio, what's the best exercise for glutes? Well, first off, there's no best exercise for anything, but there are great exercises. Some of the ones you should be doing. There's different aspects, training the glutes in the lengthened portion, training them in the shortened position. I'll just list off, I'll just list off 3 or 4. You can do deficit, like step back lunges, where your knee is staying over your ankle. You can do a little bit of a deficit, so you're hitting a little bit more of the glutes. You can do 45-degree hypers with a band. That's one of the best exercises for glutes. You could do hip thrusts. That's a great one. And also stiff leg deadlifts is a good one for the hamstrings and for the glutes. And also the hip abduction machine. So the machine where you're sitting there pulling the legs together, you could do it pushing out and that'll hit the gluteus medius. So you got a couple right there. Candyman says, if you take a break for an injury or whatever reason, just get back in there. The longer time out, the longer it takes to get back in your previous shape. Indeed. Joey Manny, is there a place in the app that lists out alternative exercises or a list of appropriate exercises that are interchangeable? Yeah, the community section. So we have tons in the instructional video library. We have tons of breakdowns like this in the master classes, but it's really individualized. So, and there's so many exercises. So that would just be like a list of, and because one of the issues is, well, if we make a big list, there's still going to be people that don't have access to it or don't know what the exercise is or this, that, and the other. So it's really individualized based on your equipment. So all you have to do is like, hey, I don't have access to this or this bothers me. What's another good thing to swap out? I'm doing this program. I'm in this week. And then we just let you know what that is. So we can make it a little bit more individualized and customized for you. It's better that way because then we could be a little bit more specific because that's not usually the best option is, hey, swap it out with this, that, and the other. It really depends on the person. It really depends on the person, depends on the equipment, and it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. So we can get much more tactical and much more specific. If someone asks here on the podcast, we're here every day answering questions. And if you open up the app, the community section, you just post up there and boom, other members and other veteran Swole fan members and myself will get in there and help address that for you. And there's usually a bunch of options even listed in the programs, but I like to make it a little bit more individualized and customizable. It's a good question. Did I go to the fucking gym today? Today is not my lifting day. My legs are still sore. I guess I could do legs today. But I'm going to take another extra day off. Man, I blasted my shit the other day. And my quads were still sore from like a couple days before that. So I'm taking an extra recovery day. And then I trained yesterday. I did chest, back, and shoulders yesterday. So tomorrow I'll be doing arms and legs. All right, Clara Camarinha. It's a dumb question, but my gym is full of people. We just talked about this.
Matt Damon.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Yeah, it's a dumb question, but my gym is full of people. What can I do? It's like a nightclub. Get a different gym or build out a home gym. Another reason why having a home gym is great. I know that no matter what exercise I want to do, it's available. I never have to wait for any equipment. I do whatever I want, whenever I want, because it's my equipment and no one's here but me. So that's the beauty of having a home gym. Candyman says, fight them all. You could fight them. You could fight them. If you have a lot of broccoli hairs that are, standing around on all the equipment, that sucks. Or go to a different time. If you're going at 3, 4, 5 p.m., everyone's out of school and then kids are going there. If you want to have an empty gym, go at 5, 6 a.m. Or maybe 1 or 2 o'clock, maybe, depending. Some gyms, if they're around an area where everyone goes on their lunch break, the lunch hour could be busy. So it really depends on the gym. But it sounds like you need a new gym or a home gym. Let's see. Ivan Sunday, 31. Papa Swole, I went through chemo and lost a lot of my muscle, but the after effects is I retained a lot of weight. I'm currently at 262. Do you have any programs to get started? I have low energy and low T. Well, yeah, the 90-day dash program, but it's also your nutrition. Your nutrition, sleep, sunlight. I mean, we're talking about nutrition. We're talking about all the micronutrients. So getting better sleep, eating more protein, like more meat and things like that, is going to be great for your testosterone. And lifting weights, man. Lifting weights. You got to build muscle. But I'm glad you're done with that. So good for you. Chemo is rough because it just completely zaps your immune system. I am 6'4". I've got a bet with my coach of 100 push-ups in 2 minutes. My deadline is the 21st. Do you have any tips for me? Practice doing push-ups and practice doing, I would say, because you're only going to be able to do so many push-ups at one time. Like start building up to that, do 20, I don't know, do 20, see how fast you can do 20 push-ups, rest for 10, 15 seconds. I don't know. I mean, personally, I couldn't, you just made that bet. 100 push-ups in 2 minutes is actually that's not that bad. I don't care that much about timed stuff like that, these little challenges. But I would start practicing, how many you can do in one shot. How many can you do straight without stopping? So how many can you do straight without stopping? And how long does that take you? So I would see how long it could take you to do your max amount of push-ups. And then you want to string together like 20, do 20 and then rest 10 seconds and try to do 10, 15 more and then rest. And I don't know. That's not what we do here. But you're only get better at doing push-ups by practicing push-ups. Austin, how is it that I can get your shirts? Go to the website, papaswolio.com. Buy one, get one 50% off. You can pick up an eye curl every day. We got hats. Everything is buy one, get one 50% off. Sumiazahu. I think this is the person that banned me from TikTok. They're trolling me. My knees hurt when I do squats. My doctor says there's nothing wrong and it's just stress, but it doesn't feel. Yeah, well, doctors don't know the first fucking thing about nutrition or training, so your doctor's not going to be able to tell you anything about health. They're there to give you a prescription or to recommend you to a specialist. So that's not the place to find out about exercise. Your knees hurt because you got to practice mobility. So inside Swolenormous X, we have ankle, knee, and hip mobility masterclasses, and you have to build strength. Your knees hurt because they're weak, and you need to strengthen them. All right, drop your questions in the comments. We'll take a few more. Let's see. All right. MC Evoy. That avatar is intense. I love your content. What do you think of overnight eating and stress eating? I think it's a product of bad habits, having garbage foods, not getting enough quality nutrition, not having good routines like an evening routine, not hydrating properly, not sleeping properly. So you shouldn't be eating overnight. You should be sleeping. And stress eating, that's usually a trigger, and that's a cope for other bad habits. So if you're eating nutrient-dense food, you're eating the right foods, and you are strength training, you're getting in your proper hydration and electrolytes, it's going to severely diminish those types of cravings. Plus, you can't have these garbage foods in your environment. So if you're like a sugar addict, you have to treat it like a drug because it is a drug. It's made to be addictive. So these foods are made to be addictive. And I always say this, all the slogans for these foods, like Pringles, once you pop, you can't stop. That sounds like crystal meth. Lay's, bet you can't eat just one. They're telling you, hey, you're going to get addicted to this. They're telling you you're not going to be able to stop eating. So you shouldn't have these foods in your environment. If you're waking up and eating garbage, why do you have garbage in your house? So that's the first thing. Maine Marshall, my current diet consists of grass-fed beef, chicken, shrimp, milk, eggs, bacon, fruit. I take omega-3s, creatine, and collagen. Do I need to be concerned over certain vitamin intake and fiber? Fiber is dramatically overrated, but you're getting that from fruit. And collagen's fantastic. So good stuff. Magnesium supplementation would be a good idea too. Magnesium glycinate is awesome. Swole Sama, no, they hurt when he doesn't use knee slippers. Oof. Because penis, right? Good one, Matt. Good one. Good one. Matt says, only go to the doctor if I can't stop the bleeding or it's infected. That's what she said. Emergency medicine is great. You know, emergency medicine, there's nothing, I'm not knocking emergency medicine, but people go to the doctor if like, oh, I have a little sniffle or I have a headache, let me go to the doctor. And their habits suck. People eat garbage. They don't get sunlight. They don't sleep. They don't exercise. You know, they don't touch grass. People people don't drink even the basics, like filter their water. They don't have air purifiers and they feel like shit and they wonder why they feel like shit. It's because your habits suck. If you're healthy, you don't go to the doctor, or rarely. Why? Because you're healthy. You're not going to the doctor because you feel great. So if you're going to the doctor all the time, that's why all those fat chodes that are like, well, the doctor weighs me and it's offensive because they put me on a scale. If you're going to the doctor so often that when they weigh you, it's offensive, you shouldn't have a frequent flyer mile card to go to the doctor. So these are lazy people that are completely disconnected with their humanity. All right, questions. The Lone Doctor Official, my biggest challenge right now is being able to sleep and recover. What's your sleep habits like? Eating too late at night, blue light at night, cold, dark room. You need good habits at night. And remember, a good morning, if you want to wake up early or feel great, it starts the night before, which starts the day before. So if you want to have a good evening, it starts with your habit the day before. You want to have a good morning, it starts the night before. And it takes time. If you're usually going to sleep all random times, and you all of a sudden start to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, you might be laying there wide awake for a while. What you need to do is get up at the same time. Getting up at the same time every day is so important. Even if you're tired, you'll reset and eventually you'll start to go to sleep earlier. And sometimes it takes weeks for you to reset your sleep schedule, especially if you're usually, you're on a night shift or something, or your sleep schedule is random. And a lot of times people, they finally have a day off on a set, they have the weekends off and they sleep in super late. It throws you off for the entire week. So you need to be waking up at the same time, even on the weekends or when you have a day off. I know the temptation is to sleep in, but then it just throws you off. You want to be waking up at the same time and going to sleep at the same time every day. Why aren't you at the gym? It's leg day. Not for me, my guy. Not for me. Lone Doctor, I usually eat clean, but I only get 3 hours because I get home from work at 3. Then I have to wake up at 6. Oh, you need to get a new schedule, man. You're sacrificing your longevity with 3 hours of sleep is not enough. There's no way I can. You can't work around. You can't avoid. This is when I remember I sent out the text. Was it over the weekend? What's the one habit you wish you started earlier? So for me, it's sleep. I wish I really focused 100% on sleep earlier than I did. It's so important. You can't what should I say? You can't out health 3 hours of sleep. That's not really a phrase. You can't outdo that. You can't make up for 3 hours of sleep with nutrition and anything else. 3 hours of sleep is not enough. I sent a video to Real Papa Soy. Can you look at my form? I don't do that with submitted videos. If you join the Swole fam, if you join us and you post it up in the community section, we can take a look. But I don't do that with DMs. JMac88, late to the chat. Suggestions for trying to sleep early. I don't drink caffeine and go to bed at 10 p.m. No phone, take magnesium. I fast from 4 p.m. Always have. Any help? It's probably the fasting. Do you have trouble falling asleep? How long have you been going to bed at 10? So magnesium's good at night. Do you turn off all the blue lights? Do you have a dark room? We're talking you can't see your hand in front of your face. Blackout curtains. But a lot of times if you're fasting, people have trouble sleeping when they're fasting. I don't do the fasting stuff. Remember, if you want to do some sort of fasting, you could still eat later on and then change your fasting to earlier in the day rather than at night. It could also be carbohydrates. So if you're not training, for example, having some carbs in the evening, like if you have your steak and you have some sweet potatoes, that can help with sleep and that can help with satisfaction too. So if you're on a training day, you can keep your carbs earlier in the day and before and around your training. And then on non-training days, you could have your carbs later in the evening. That's generally what I would recommend. And when it comes to sleep, even if you're sleeping, let's say you're going to sleep at 10 o'clock or you're waking up at X amount of time, even changing your sleep time, like half an hour, changes your whole sleep pattern. So subtle changes. So a lot of times people go sleep at 10, then sleep at 12, and sleep at 9, then 1 a.m. Like that's a huge variation in your sleep schedule. And that'll mess you up. You could also try things like sauna in the evening if you have access to a sauna, or take a nice warm shower, meditation, yoga in the evening, a nice wind down routine. Because again, when the sun goes down, if you turn off the blue lights, you turn on the red lights, and you have like a sequence, your brain starts to learn that. And you start to have this kind of like shut down routine. Like you turn off the lights, you kind of shift down and kind of wind down for the evening. Having a routine is very important. Aho Mixon. Papa Solio, how can I build a body if I'm skinny and don't gain weight no matter how much I eat? Well, that's not true. I'm starting to go to the gym and I want to look like you. Well, I've been training for 25 years. Not that it takes 25 years to get to where I am, but I've been training that long. You're skinny, you don't gain weight, you're not building muscle. You need to progressively overload and you're not eating as much as you think you are. But remember, you don't want to just put on weight, you want to put on muscle. So if you're getting stronger, if your strength is going up and your reps are going up over time, you're likely building muscle. You're not going to build muscle without gaining strength. And remember, if you're new to training or you're doing new exercises, your strength will go up a little bit more dramatically at the beginning, especially if you're new to the gym or you're doing new exercises. Those strength adaptations, those neurological adaptations will happen. So just because you're gaining strength doesn't mean you're gaining muscle, but you're not going to be gaining muscle without getting stronger. With either reps or the weight. You can't just curl 20s forever and just keep on building muscle. That's not how it works. Ooh, here's a question. The Chill Dude 71 on IG Stories. If you were a Viking, what weapon would you prefer? A mace, a sword, or a long bow? I'd want something for mid-range, and I want something that's mid and short range. I wouldn't... It's a good question. Depends on the size of the mace. Cerny says a gun. A gun? Maybe a poison-tipped sword? How about a mace with some spikes? Yeah, longbows are no joke. You need a lot of strength. Plus, it's long range, so not going to help you. Not going to help you in the short term, in the short range. That's a good question. An eggplant-shaped mace. I get a club like this. Let me see. I can't reach it. It's all right. Fuck it. I don't want anything you have to reload. Battle axe. Some good responses there. A nuke. A tactical nuke. Set it and forget it. Tactical nuke, baby. All right, last chance for questions. Kikochino, Papasuoleo, saludos desde Mexico. I do calisthenics, but in the nights, I'm starting to do biceps, triceps, and squats till complete muscle failure with light dumbbells and then go to sleep. A good routine. I personally don't like lifting weights late at night. As long as you have... What are your goals, man? What are your goals? Squats to failure. I mean, you create a lot of fatigue. Failure is important, but also the context of your overall programming. So use failure as a tool. And to build muscle, you have to get proximity to failure. You don't have to necessarily be at absolute failure. Personally, I don't like training at night. Depends what you consider at night. Like how late. Later afternoon, it depends. But at night is really not necessarily ideal for your hormones and stuff like that. Better in the morning. Testosterone boosters, I don't take anything like that. So it depends. Just saying testosterone booster is not really definitive enough. There's different things that may actually boost testosterone, but a lot of people are looking for supplements where they're not eating and sleeping properly. The fastest ways to improve your testosterone is to lift weights, eat more meat, and get quality sleep. And get sunlight. Sun the balls, sun the nips. Go touch grass. Go be a human. And that'll boost your testosterone. Again, when it comes down to sleep, sleep is everything. Sleep is everything. You spend a third of your life sleeping. And a lot of people don't even do that. They don't get quality sleep. That's the fastest way to shave off years on your life, is to get poor sleep. All-cause mortality, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, heart disease. Not getting sleep is not good. All right, let's move on. If you're watching on Instagram, click the link in bio. Come and catch the rest of the show on Rumble and YouTube at The Daily Swole. Thank you so much for being here. And let's move on. Come on, join. Link is in bio. Come catch the rest of the show. All right, let's do it. All right, let's get into... If you have more questions watching live here, you can drop it. A reminder, yesterday... Was it yesterday? We dropped new merch. We got the Swole Rats. Look at Reptar. Everyone's fucking making gains. Buy one, get one. 50% off. Swole Rats, brand new merch. Brand new merch. That's great. Go pick it up. How many of you got your Swole Rats already? I don't think you got it in the mail yet. We just launched it yesterday. But how many of you placed your order for Swole Rats? That's a great design. It's awesome. Go get you some. papasuoleo.com. All right, let's get into some other stuff. We got this from that's balls deep.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's deep.
Check this out. More fear mongering or legit? Let's see. Officials warn prescription pills could be laced with drug 100 times deadlier than fentanyl. As if fenny wasn't bad enough, health officials have urged or have issued an urgent warning about a drug far deadlier than fentanyl ripping through the Midwest. Jesus Christ, worse than fentanyl? The shit that you just like touch and it can kill you? The Detroit Field Division of the Drug Enforcement Agency said this week it has seized nearly 30 pounds of carfentanil. Just add a car in front of it. Carfentanil. Roughly 150,000 pills in the last year. Brian McNeil says, to put that in perspective, that's enough to provide a deadly dosage properly distributed to everyone in North America. Carfentanil is a synthetic fentanyl made in a lab. Isn't fentanyl already made in a lab? It's like double synthetic. Carfentanil is synthetic fentanyl made in a lab and typically used as an elephant and large cattle tranquilizer because it is 10,000 times more potent than morphine and 100 times more potent than its cousin fentanyl. Awesome. Cool, as if it wasn't bad enough already. We need something more potent. I'm going to take an elephant tranquilizer. Cool. You know your life is going the right direction when you need an elephant tranquilizer. So again, another reason to take care of your health and not suck down prescription pills or buy them on the fucking street. As little as 2 milligrams, about 1/50th of a pinch of salt of the drug can be lethal, slowing breathing to dangerous levels, leading to brain damage or death. Often drug users don't know they're taking the drug until they begin to overdose. No shit. Oftentimes, a substance finds its way into the drug supply because cartels in Mexico press carfentanil, typically sourced from China. Thanks, Xi Jinping. Into pills that masquerade as pure benzodiazepines or add them to powder form to heroin and cocaine. Yeah, don't fuck with my heroin. Don't fuck with my cocaine, bro. Benzodiazepines are used to treat conditions like anxiety and insomnia, and these things are insanely addictive, so stay away from those. But people may abuse them and resort to buying or selling them illegally on the street where they could become laced with carfentanil. Some charts. Jeez. All right, so it's getting worse. Yeah, if you're buying pills on the street, look, I don't want to say you deserve it, but I mean, if you're buying pills on the street and you have something laced, let's just be honest. You're asking for it. You know, do we have sympathy? Should we have sympathy for this kind of shit? I mean, sounds pretty easy to avoid. Don't buy pills from drug dealers on the street. Don't buy pills on the street. Seems like an easy thing to solve for. But it's really important to educate your kids because you're at a party and like, hey, we're all taking this pill. We're all taking this. You don't know where they got it from. So teach your kids, like, don't take anything. Even smoking weed, anything like that. Like, you don't know where it's coming from. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it because you can die. You gotta educate your children and stuff like that. Cause that's the worst thing. You know, you have a beautiful son or daughter and they're at a party and there's peer pressure or, you know, any of that crap. And, you know, people, stupid. I mean, what are you going to do? You buy a pill on a street. It's like, not surprised. It's horrible, but like, got to make better decisions than that. All right. So the title of today's episode is Hillary Clinton caught cloudseeding in Texas.
Matt Damon.
We got this video. A lot of you guys know, you know, the whole Epstein debacle. There was new videotape released. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but wow, if this isn't damning evidence, look at that. That missing tape. Who entered Epstein's cell? We have the proof. We got her, everyone. We got her. It's not AI. It's true. If it's on the internet, it's got to be true. If you're just listening, it's an AI video showing Hillary Clinton entering one of the cells. That's fucking... Oh my God. Just walks in. It should show her like with like a pickaxe. Lock her ass up. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her up. Lock her.
Come on, man.
All right. Now let's check this out. We talk about making your own, your own ice cream, this, that, and the other. Check this out. Here's a breakdown of Blue Bunny ice cream. I know a lot of you know this brand. It's nationwide and all that stuff. Very easy to make your own ice cream. Raw cream, egg yolk, some maple syrup, maybe some honey, some fruit, maybe a little raw milk with the raw cream, blend it up, put it in the freezer for an hour. Boom, you got your own ice cream. It's ice cream. Remember, ice cream is frozen fucking cream. That's how you make ice cream. Well, how do you make ice cream? I gotta make ice cream. You take cream and you fucking freeze it. It's ice, bruh. So anyway, here are the ingredients. You tell me if this sounds like raw cream, egg yolk, maple syrup, honey, cinnamon, vanilla extract, or something like that. Ingredients: skim milk, we know, ultra pasteurized, denatured and removed of all quality ingredients. Whey, cherry swirl, which is sugar, water, tart cherry puree, modified food starch modified corn syrup, natural flavor, citric acid, carrageenan, and red 40, cheesecake flavor base. And this is the flavor Cherrific Cheesecake from Blue Bunny. The cheesecake flavor base, which is made up of corn syrup, water, cheese blend, non-fat milk, cellulose gum, lactic acid cultures, buttermilk, natural flavor, which we know could be hundreds of different artificial things. Just calling it natural flavor does not make it natural. Graham swirl, which is made of graham cracker crumb, unbleached and unenriched wheat flour, graham flour, sugar, palm oil, molasses, honey, salt, baking soda. They also add soybean oil, powdered sugar, which is sugar and cornstarch. Shocker. Coconut oil, mono and diglycerides, soy lecithin, salt, sugar cream, buttermilk, dairy product solids, whatever the fuck that is, corn syrup, more corn syrup, coconut oil, high fructose corn syrup, milk, contains 1% or less of natural flavors, mono and diglycerides, tara gum, guar gum, carabine gum, cellulose gel, cellulose gum, carrageenan, and carrageenan fucks up the gut, xanthan gum, annatto extract for color. So essentially, it's just a bunch of different amalgamations of ultra-processed sugar, high fructose corn syrup, which is essentially just like engine oil, engine lubricant, just lots of corn and soybeans. So this is not ice cream. This is garbage. This is frozen trash. Make it yourself. You, your kids, and your future will thank you. Absolute garbage. And kids and people are just pounding that. People are just pounding that trash. Disgusting. Disgusting. All right. Let's do a couple of videos. I'll do the shortest one first. We always like to do the appetizer. So pick a number 1, 2, or 3. I will sponsor the first one.
What's in the box?
Oh, jeez. This is called Kids from the Flood Would Have Lived. This is awful. Now, I haven't been a lot of you, it's a huge tragedy. I mean, like 70 or 100 people, kids, have died from this flood. I don't know if you guys know, but it's actually true. They were doing some cloud seeding like a day or two before. So a lot of people, it's conspiracy theory, but they said, oh, they evaporated X, Y, and Z, as if fucking with the environment and fucking with nature doesn't lead to these kinds of like pressure changes and X, Y, and Z. So I'm not saying, floods happen in this area. It's happened before. It happened like 40 years ago or something like that. Same thing. But apparently all the alerts, everything went out and it was in the middle of the night and people just didn't heed the warning because a lot of people did. And when you get warnings for flood watches, X, Y, and Z, and sometimes, look, we get these in Florida. I'll get an alert that says flood watch, and I just ignore it. I do, because we don't really get, in my area, we don't get floods. We don't get flooding where I am. A lot of areas in Florida do flood tremendously because it's below sea level. But where I am personally, we don't get flooding, but we do, you get the phones like, and it'll say flood warning or flood watch. If you're in a flood zone, you need to pay attention to that. So apparently it was in the middle of the night. So a lot of people didn't hear it or didn't pay attention to it or just figured whatever. And, the flash flood, it's not literally immediate, but the amount of water that comes in, even a short period of time, like an hour or 2 hours, is tremendous. So it's a real horrible thing. And it just seems like it was, I mean, everyone's always looking to blame other people, but the warnings did go out. In fact, from what I've seen and heard, they actually went out earlier and as soon as possible. So it just seems like it was, for lack of a better term, user error, or people that were in charge didn't get the warnings or didn't have a siren, didn't have an alarm, didn't have a protocol, didn't react to it. So it's really sad, but you know, it doesn't undo the tragedy. It doesn't undo the disaster. So blaming someone doesn't make it better. But of course, everyone's always looking for someone to blame and who's going to be the scapegoat or who's to blame for this. But if you're like, you know, the local or whatever it is, like whatever the organization is, and you're sending out alerts, what else can you do? You can only alert people. Now, why did some people take action and get to higher ground and other people didn't? Because it's not that far. Higher ground was like a couple miles away. Like there's plenty of time to react if people heeded those warnings. So it's been gross. And this video is, of course, the sick shit with the leftists and the Democrats are like, well, if they're MAGA, you know, they deserve to die. This is sick stuff. As if Trump's sitting there like, oh, cause a flood. This is not, everyone's always looking for someone to blame, as if, you know, the administration in Washington, D.C. is, as if there's no natural disasters just because of a different president or something. It's stupid. But let's watch this video.
To swallow, huh? The fact that if you would have just voted for Kamala, that those kids in Texas and all those families in the RVs would more than likely still be alive.
I'm pausing it there. You can't quantify the retardation and the evil. That doesn't make any fucking sense. We know what happens. Oh, so East Palestine. How you react to it is a huge issue. What are you talking about? Kamala Harris? Yeah, Kamala Harris would have solved the issue. Quite the opposite. We'd have more illegals flooding our country. Flooding. There'd be more flooding. It'd be much, much worse. It'd be much worse. Like, this is an evil, sick fucking thing. As if Donald Trump killed kids or something like that. It's just mind-numbing.
And said you just made fun of her laugh. While people were screaming at you that if he was voted in, people were going to die. And look where we are. A bunch of parents who can't protect their own kids.
What are you talking about? Oh my God, flooding in Texas? No, Texas has never flooded before. Did you guys know that? Texas never flooded. Texas has never had a flood. Did you guys know that?
Matt Damon.
So one thing that you'll never see people on the quote right or conservatives. You know, you never see this kind of like retardation, but the left wants you to die. The left is and always has been evil, and they don't hide it. So you'll never hear anyone on the right or the proverbial right or anyone with a triple digit IQ and some foundation of like morality would ever be like saying something like that. That's just the sickest evil shit. Actually, I do have another post from that Destiny faggot on X. I mean, he's just like the epitome of a retarded piece of shit. And I don't like giving him any attention, but he's such an evil piece of shit. I think it deserves posting. It's not the first time this faggot has said stuff like that. And I'm trying to really be insulting because he's a gutter piece of shit. He posted this yesterday. Can you imagine posting this after all these innocent kids died? As if the kids can do anything about it. He said, maybe the kids weren't fit for camping near a river if they couldn't swim. I don't even have a soundboard for that. I don't have a "you're a piece of shit faggot" soundboard, so I'll say it myself. Just a pathetic excuse for a man. The fact that I'm a man and the fact that you have Y chromosomes, it's embarrassing that we are both humans. Like, I'm embarrassed to be a human if we share the same kind of like DNA. Just a sick, twisted fuck. Now, moving on to something a little bit more, I don't know, funny. But the Babylon Bee posted this and said, Pam Bondi confirms the Ark of the... Because we're doing the Indiana Jones 3, right? Pam Bondi confirms Ark of the Covenant sitting on her desk waiting to be reviewed.
Oh, it would... The Ark is sitting on my desk. I'm going to review it. But I don't have all the details. I got to go back to the Bernie Sanders. It would not be the cup of a carpenter.
So I said, It just made me laugh. It didn't really get any reach, but it made me laugh. So I said, Pam Bondi confirms the Epstein list was not the list of a carpenter. Dun-dun. Hey! Anyone? No? Bueller? Anyone? Made me laugh. The Epstein list was not the list of a carpenter. It brought me joy. All right. There's that. Yo, isn't the Epstein thing ridiculous? Someone posted something like someone posted something and it says I can't believe everyone in America just got scammed by a Patel. Which is funny because obviously the Indian scammers. So we were talking about this the other day. And so someone posted, I can't believe America was duped or was scammed by a Patel. So I commented in all caps. I put, do not redeem. Do not redeem. Made me laugh. That made me laugh. If it makes me laugh, I'm posting it. So you can go fuck yourself if you don't think it's funny. If you watch the show and you've been following, you know it's funny. All right, let's go with Cerny the GOAT. Number 3, mayor of LA. Oof, that's a rough one, Cerny. But again, when you're picking a number, when it comes to balls deep, you're not going to win. You're not like, hey, I chose you. Everyone chooses poorly, right? Everyone chooses poorly. You're not choosing. That's not the video of a carpenter. No one's choosing wisely. You chose poorly. The mayor of LA. LA chose poorly in electing this twat. Let's play it.
Frankly, it is outrageous and un-American that we have federal armed vehicles in our parks when nothing is going on.
I've seen those parks. Have you seen them? Tons of homeless people and drug addicts and criminals. It's amazing. It's awful. It's awful that immigration and customs enforcement is enforcing immigration and customs. It's awful that immigration enforcement is enforcing immigration. How dare they? How dare immigration be enforced by the people that enforce immigration? That's like blaming a dentist for practicing dentistry. How dare you touch teeth? Can you believe it? We have dentists that are drilling teeth. There are dentists that are taking care of cavities. Can you fucking believe it? Have you seen some of these parks? The parks are disgusting. You can't even walk down the street without seeing someone like shoot up or take a shit on the road.
Frankly, it is outrageous and un-American that we have federal armed vehicles in our parks when nothing is going on.
Nothing's going on. Mark, I bet you go down there. You go down there and she's just smooth like a fucking Barbie doll. There's no vagina. Oh, who's look at that twat wearing a mask in the background. You know what? They're probably wearing masks in LA because of the stink of shit. It just reeks like shit. It smells so bad they're wearing a mask. Not even because of COVID. I could see that person in the back right. You can't even see her eyes. And I could tell she's morbidly obese. You can see that fucking cheek fat. Gross. Let's continue.
In the parks. It's outrageous and un-American that the federal government seized our state's National Guard. It's outrageous.
If you're not doing anything. Again, this is all within the purview of the federal government and the presidency. So no laws are being broken. The laws that are being broken are by the criminals, and LA is not enforcing these things. They hate the country, they hate you, and they want to burn it to the ground. We know this. Let's continue.
Outrageous and un-American that we have U.S. Marines who are trained to kill foreign soldiers overseas deployed in our American city.
Imagine if you did your fucking job. Imagine if it wasn't such a fucking post-apocalyptic shithole and it was taken care of. Imagine if you actually took care. It's always un-American, right? It's always un-American. What are you talking about? You're burning the country to the ground. You're burning your city to the ground. It's always un-American, right? Oh, it's not, but our democracy. No. They don't care about democracy. They just don't like anyone that infringes on their potential for power. That's what the left does. They're using all this rhetoric. They're using all these terms as if they care about fucking democracy, and then they rig elections and they allow criminals to go free. They're handing out parking tickets in San Francisco and LA. They hand it out like fucking confetti. They just hand out parking tickets while people are doing drugs and shitting on the sidewalk. It's a narco tyranny. It's rules for thee, but not for me. So they'll penalize you for jaywalking, but then they'll let someone shoot up fucking fentanyl or meth and then take a dump on the side of the street. Okay. Yeah, there's no coming back from that. I don't even know how you guys, or anyone that lives in LA, I don't know how you guys do that. I've been to LA. I never liked it. I went out to LA. I was going out to LA when I was doing work with Beachbody and stuff back in the P90X days, and I never liked it. Everyone was just like weird and retarded. Okay. Let's do PK number 2. We got a fat skit. All right. POV, you're a fat person living in America. I guess we're just going to watch someone just stuffing Krispy Kremes in their mouth, I suppose.
Fat people are going to die if they don't lose weight. Oh, okay. Well, can I get some exercise clothes to go to the gym?
She's morbidly obese if you're listening.
No, our clothes only go up to 2X. Okay, well, can I go to the gym to work out without people recording me? That is not our responsibility. Okay, well, I went to the gym anyway, and these people are actually really nice, but I think something's wrong. I'm not losing any weight. So, can I get a doctor that treats my symptoms instead of just...
You're not losing weight because you eat like shit, and you're probably not actually lifting weights or doing anything worthwhile that's going to help you build muscle mass and stuff. You do realize you have to change your habits. You can't just go to a gym and just get results. You can't just walk in. I'm like, well, I went in and kind of moved around a little bit. You're not guaranteed results. You can get into a car. You still have to turn it on and know how to drive it. It doesn't drive itself. Well, I guess cars drive themselves now, but maybe not the best example. But
telling me to lose weight? Well, they went to medical school and got their degree, so they know what they're talking about. Maybe you're the one that's the problem. It's calories in, calories out. Okay, well, I went to a bunch of specialists, and they said that I need weight loss surgery, so I spent a bunch of money trying to get this surgery.
Again, right? If you go to like a gastroenterologist or whoever, like the surgeons that do like bypass, guess what? They want to, if they have a scalpel, they want to cut. People that specialize in weight loss surgery are going to recommend weight loss surgery. That's what they do. That's how they make their money. So if you're going to get surgery, they love that. They want to cut into you. That's how they get paid, bruh.
And now I can only eat 600 calories a day, but I'm not losing very much weight. I really think that something is wrong. God, you fat people always complain about something.
Yep.
Just say that you want to be unhealthy.
Yep.
Well, no thanks to you, I found out that I have a genetic fat disorder.
Yeah, it's called stuff your fucking face a lot. Oh, yeah, a genetic fat disorder. Let's go into her fridge. Let's see her cabinets. I'll show you your genetic disorder. Let me see your fridge. Let me see your fridge. I'll tell you what they're called habits. That's not a genetic disorder. That's called habits.
It makes losing weight pretty much impossible. But thanks for making my life a living hell. I'm sure it was great for my health.
That's a huge bitch.
Okay.
Are there any women here today?
All right. Yeah. But my genetics. I'm going to type that. I'm going to shitpost that. But my genetics, a.k.a. but my habits. Where's my... Let's see. Okay. That'll piss someone off of. Okay, let's do one more and then we'll do Swole card and throwback. Today, we're doing a double up. We're doing ice. Ooh, ice, baby.
I will rain down on a godly fucking firestorm upon you.
Ice, baby. All right, drop that in the comments. Ice, I curl every day. Damn right. This is called Beautiful and Fat. Oh, I disagree.
What's in the box?
I disagree.
I've seen multiple people on here lately talk about how we shouldn't be calling anyone beautiful when they are, quote, clearly over or underweight. And I think this is just closeted fat phobia. Call me crazy. First off, these
You're
people
crazy.
are probably categorizing over or underweight with the BMI scale, because that is how we have categorized what over or underweight
it's white
means
supremacy.
on a health
Watch this.
level or on any level.
It's white
BMI
supremacy.
is a fucked up system. If you don't already know, it doesn't mean shit. It's
It does. It does. They just don't like it because most people are obese and they don't like seeing it objectively broken down. BMI doesn't work if you're muscular. BMI takes your height and weight. What it means is you shouldn't be that fucking heavy for the size that you are. If you're 5'5" and you're 300 pounds, you're fat. It's accurate. It's accurate. For someone that doesn't do any kind of physical activity, the average person, it's very accurate. It's very fucking accurate. Try it. Try it. It's not perfect. I'm obese on the BMI scale, but that's because I have muscle mass. I don't have a high body fat percentage. So it's not accurate for people that lift weights. There you go. There you go. It's arbitrary. No, it literally takes your height and your weight. Show me how it doesn't work. Aside from like bodybuilders and people that lift, show me how it's inaccurate. Show me how it's inaccurate. Literally what it means is, yeah, you're wider than you should be. Why are you wider than you are tall? Yeah. Like it doesn't show, it's not all the metrics. It literally just takes height and weight, but it is very accurate. And the vast majority of the times, it's going to be like, yeah, that person's obese or overweight. And you'll look at them like, yeah, they are overweight. The problem is the justification. And because so many people are fat, it's this illusion that, well, I'm not overweight because I look average. Well, the average person is fucking overweight. Just because it's average doesn't make it normal. That's the grift. Just because so many people are fat, this is why it's a race to the bottom. So many people are fat. These losers are justifying their obesity as, well, everyone else is fat. This is off because everyone I look around me is fat and gross. It's like, well, that doesn't make it not correct. Mark's dick is going to be broken in half. Mark's already shooting blanks. Shooting blanks. Jeez. Sorry, Mark. But you got to take this one, too.
It doesn't take a lot of things into consideration. It's racist, it's sexist, it's obviously fat phobic, and many other things.
That doesn't make sense.
If you don't already know, it doesn't mean shit. It's arbitrary. It doesn't take a lot of things into consideration.
What does it not take into consideration? It takes the fact that you shouldn't be that weight. You shouldn't have that much mass. It says you're way too much human. There's way more human than there should be on your person. Why are you so fat? That's what it says. Just because you don't like it doesn't make it racist. It just means you don't take care of yourself. And we know that. How? I have eyes. These things that are round, that are in my head, I can see. And I can see that you don't take care of your health. I don't need a BMI and calculations and, oh, but my genetics. I can see that you're fat. I can just be like, oh, that's a fat person. How do I know? I have eyes. It's that simple. I don't need a triple blind study. I can see you. You're fat. Just be fat and shut the fuck. Look, if you're going to be fat, shut the fuck up. Why can't these fat people just shut the fuck up? Just be quiet. Just be fat in private. Like, be fat and quiet. Just go Krispy Kreme, go Twinkie shopping. Just be fat and shut the fuck up. But don't try to justify it like, you know, it's just be fat. Can you be fat and quiet? Can you just be, how about that? Can you just be, how about, should I make a shirt? If you're going to be fat, just shut the fuck up about it. Just be fat. We know you're fat. I can see that you're fat. I don't want to hear that, well, it's healthy and you're fat phobic. No, just be fat and shut the fuck up. If you're going to be fat, at least just shut the fuck up.
What is the best
All right,
move
how this
to
video,
silence a woman?
how this video goes for 50 seconds more is beyond me, but let's continue.
Racist, it's sexist, it's obviously fatphobic, and many other things. So to assume that you can look at somebody and know their health.
Look at those fucking nails. Put on another necklace. Put on another fucking necklace.
By what you see in front of you, so many things wrong with it. But also, hear me out. When I say somebody is beautiful, I'm not talking about their weight or their health. If I see...
Oh, God, I fucking absolute dumb
God damn it, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to deliver one of these right in your suck hole.
Is there anything I can do to work on that?
No, not really. It's your face.
Someone who's clearly going through a health issue, and I call them beautiful, it is not because of or in spite of that health issue. Bodies are beautiful because they carry us and they allow us to live.
Bodies are beautiful because they carry us and they allow us to live.
You went full retard, man.
Because you are a disgusting fat body.
Issue. Bodies are beautiful because they carry us and they allow us to live. That's it. And because they're all so different. That is a part of it. So before you're saying, don't call anyone beautiful who you think looks unhealthy, would you say that all people with cancer are ugly?
That's a false equivalent. Maybe. If they're ugly. What does that have to do with anything? Would you call all people with cancer ugly? I don't know if they're fucking ugly. Ugly people get cancer. What are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with you taking care of yourself? Would you call people with cancer ugly? I'd call ugly people ugly. What kind of a statement is that?
Would you say that all people with cancer are ugly? Would you say all people with any kind of mental illness are ugly? Health is not quantifiable or related to beauty. Food for thought.
You're ugly, and you definitely have mental illness. Okay. Beauty is an opinion, bruh. Someone pooped in her, someone got bullied. Someone got bullied for being ugly, or for being fat, or for being retarded. Okay. Let's move on. Fam, we got a Swole card to give away. It's Ice, baby. Congratulations! No. God. This fucking bird. Music. Falcon. Music. Thank you. Jesus Christ. We gotta get your talons trimmed. Hitting the wrong buttons, bro. All right. Today's winner is Squeegee 727.
Congrats!
Ice, baby. All right. Ew. Felicidades. Squeegee, send us an email to support@swolemembers.com. Swolecard 3350. In the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email. Oh,
hi, puppy.
Nice.
And that's the way, I like it.
Is she on the sunshine?
I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Forgot about that soundboard.
You switch the samples.
All right, let's do a throwback. Here we go. Squeegee Luigi. Let's see what we got here. This one? Or this one? Let's do this one. All right, throwback time. Ugh. Jump scare.
What's in the box?
Here commented, "You're not fat, you're beautiful." And I'm sure that this was meant to be, supposed to be positive and encouraging and everything. But I'm going to gently push back on this just a little bit, and I'll explain why.
No need.
Fat and beautiful are not mutually exclusive.
No shit.
And I am fat. That's a fact.
You're learning so many important things.
And it's not a negative thing. It's just a descriptor of my body.
But it is a negative thing. It's because of the habits. Like, it's not a good thing. It's objectively not a good thing.
It's part of a way to describe me, and that doesn't mean that it's good or bad.
It's bad.
And I'm also beautiful. And it's taken me a really long...
Matt Damon.
All right. Some things can't be fixed, like retarded. We can't fix that. Right.
You're insane, gold member.
Then there's something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Okay. Bumble Hunter, that's a great question. Why do these fatties get so close to the camera? I don't think they are. I don't think they can help but get close to the camera. They're automatically close to the camera. Would you say when someone films a video that the Earth, why is the Earth so close to the camera? It's similar to that. It's the gravitational pull. Like, they can't, they're still taking up the whole screen. I don't understand why they do like the low angle where they show their like gunch. They look like a fucking pelican. Like, why do they show like their underhang? Like, why do you do a low angle? And I just see like shoulders and a head. Like, why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you do that? You know? Every time I see these people, I hear like the clock ticking from Miller's Planet on Interstellar. There's like a time warp. You go into their house and all of a sudden it's like the clocks are different. You know, the sync is off like 10 seconds because of the gravitational pull. It's just science. It's just science, fam.
Attacks on me, quite frankly, are attacks on
All right,
science.
there's a Swole card. Congratulations, Squeegee. We're done for the day. I can't handle this shit anymore. Appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe, Rumble, YouTube, at The Daily Swole. And make sure that you subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Check out the weekend episodes. You got more if you haven't checked it out. Easter head reenactment. Oh, let's not get into that shit again. Dun, 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 dun. Boom, 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 boom. And let's see what else we got. Oh, we're also going to have a new... Oh, by the way, I'll probably send out a Swole text because we're going to have a new YouTube video today. And I tried to tiptoe around it because we're talking about the vaccines. So we got a new video about all the injections on YouTube coming today. So I want to hear your feedback and your thoughts and your experiences. And I want to see those comments. So I'll text you and let you know when it's officially live. So brand new YouTube video coming today. And you guys can check it all out on the Swolenormous YouTube channel. So appreciate you. So thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGee's, Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Oh.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Then yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you made. That's a bed that you laid. That's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint you. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no ollies, you children pop.